In the walled city of Jericho, amidst bustling markets and narrow, shadowed alleys, lived Rahab, a woman whose name would come to symbolize both rebellion and redemption. Her house, perched on the city walls, served as both home and inn, providing Rahab with a unique vantage point over the comings and goings of Jericho, including the whispered rumors of impending doom as Israelite forces gathered nearby. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the city of Jericho, Rahab noticed two strangers at the city gate. They were unlike the usual traders and travelers. There was an urgency in their steps, a calculated aloofness that set them apart. Sensing their purpose and the potential danger they were in, Rahab approached them. Her intuition told her they were Israelites, spies sent to assess the city's defenses before the impending invasion prophesied by their God. Offering them shelter was a risk. Harboring enemies of the king could lead to her execution. Yet something within Rahab stirred, a nascent belief in the power of the God of Israel, whose mighty deeds had rippled across the land. The men accepted Rahab's offer, grateful for a discreet place to hide. As night enveloped the city, the king's guards, tipped off about the strangers, pounded on Rahab's door demanding she turn them over. With quick thinking and a steady voice, Rahab misled the guards, claiming the men had left as the gates were closing. Once the guards hurried off to pursue the spies outside the city walls, Rahab climbed to the roof where she had hidden the spies under stalks of flax. There, Rahab confessed her belief in their God and negotiated a pact of safety. She would help them escape, provided they swore to spare her and her family when Jericho fell. The spies agreed, giving her a scarlet cord to hang from her window as a sign of their promise. It would signal to the Israelite army that those within were under their protection. Under the cover of darkness, Rahab let the spies down from her window with a rope, advising them to hide in the hills for 3 days until the search ended. As they descended, each felt the weight of their agreement, binding them to Rahab's fate, understanding that her courage had altered the course of their mission. Days later, as the Israelites encircled Jericho, Rahab watched from her window, the scarlet cord fluttering like a beacon of hope. The city, gripped by fear, seemed unaware of the impending catastrophe, despite the silent, ominous procession of Israelites marching around its walls. On the 7th day, as the horns blew and the walls of Jericho crumbled beneath the divine might of Israel's God, Rahab's house stood firm, a solitary structure on the ruined ramparts, marked by the crimson cord. When the dust settled, Rahab and her family were brought out by the spies she had saved. They lived among the Israelites, her past as a Canaanite prostitute forgotten, her identity renewed as one of the people of God. Rahab's faith and her deal with the spies not only preserved her life, but also enshrined her in the lineage of Israel's greatest king, David, and ultimately in the genealogy of Jesus Christ. Rahab's story, from a woman of Jericho to a matriarch in Israel, is not just about survival. It is about transformation through faith. Her actions, driven by a newfound allegiance to a God she had not known but chose to trust, highlight a life dramatically altered by divine intervention. Her legacy, characterized by bravery and faith, continues to inspire those who hear her story, reminding them that courage and the willingness to act on conviction can change not just one's own fate, but the course of history.